What you guys, got another case review. This is the Lian Lancool 2 Mesh RGB. This is their very latest case release from Lian, and also it's priced at a very good price point. It's at around about £75 to £80 in the UK, which is very good indeed. It's probably one of the best mesh cases that you can get right now on the market. It's got high airflow and it will keep your PC nice and cool. And if you want to see a full thermal test, then go to Gamers Nexus. He's done a full thermal test on this case and it comes out pretty high. You can see it's optimized for high airflow in the front here. This is a full fronted mesh case here. It comes pre-installed with 320mm ARGB intake fans here, as you can see. And these are designed for lovely RGB display and also great air cooling. Now the front fans can spin up to 1300 RPM, and also the airflow is 49 CFM and the decibels is 25. You can see this mesh design in the front here. This is to allow full airflow to come through the front of the case, which will keep everything inside the case nice and cool. And it's a really nice build design from Lian, as you would expect. They make some really awesome cases. Now the user manual comes with useful little pictures which helps you to adjust the features to your needs, like the hard drive cage, cable management and stuff like that, which we'll cover in this video. Also, it does come with this very useful multi-way bracket, and this is to support your fans and radiators. It does support up to a 360, 280 and 240mm radiator at the front here, according to Lian's website. Now the easy mounting bracket is very simple. You just hold on with a couple of thumb screws. You just tighten these down with a screwdriver lightly, and that will hold the bracket system in place. Moving on to the top of the case here where your buttons are, you can see here we do have a Type-C connector here. This doesn't come included with the case, which is a bit of a letdown. You can see not included is the Lian 4x 3.1 Type-C cable. You have to buy this separately, and they have put a blank in there just to cover this up, but if you do want that, you will have to buy those. It does come with two USB 3.0 ports on here as well, and we also have the one TRRS audio port there, and also you got your power button right next to that, and you've also got your reset button which is next to that as well. So it's nice to have a reset button on there. You've got an 8 lighting mode control button here, and also we've got our RGB color button. This changes the colors on there. So let me put that little grommet back in there. So I would have liked to see that Type-C cable come with the case, because that would make that hole much more useful rather than have to go out and spend another, I think, around about £20 odd for that cable. Now we do also have that magnetic filter on top here, which will help with airflow and dust, as you can see here, and this is pretty standard nowadays with a lot of these cases. Also it does support radiators up the top here. You can have up to 240mm radiator on the top, and also the fan support here will be 220mm fans or 240mm fans here, and that's what will be supported on the top. Also you should have easy installation with these mounting system here, very easy, and also be able to get your cables around the back. They're very simple with some cutouts inside the case, which I'll show you a bit later on. Let's move on down to the side of the case here. Now you can see here we do have that mesh bottom here, which is held on by magnets, and we have tempered glass on this side as well, which is held on by magnets as well, and a nice hinge system. It's not push button, you do have to pull it from the back of the case. You can see here just pulling it and it will release that little drawer there, which is mesh as well, and it's got really strong magnets. This will help with airflow down the bottom where your hard drive's going to be and your power supply. Also, to remove the door, you just pull there just like so once the bottom's removed, and is held on by very strong magnets as well. This is also the same on the other side, except on the other side you don't have a mesh bottom, you just have a glass door and also a solid steel bottom. Looking at the build quality here, it's very good indeed. I do like the build quality. The attention to detail on this is very good by Lian, as you would expect, and at this price point it's going to be tough to beat. It's a really nice design case. So looking at here, we do have where you can store up to 9 drives in this actual case. These toolless designs here, you just pull them out and basically you can mount 3.5-inch drives and 2.5-inch drives inside here. On the plus side as well, it's not a riveted hard drive cage, it's movable, so you can remove the thumb screw and move it along wherever you like, and that's a really added bonus because a lot of cheaper cases are fixed. Now you get 3 of these little hard drive caddies here. Inside the bottom one here you will have all of your fixtures and fittings. These are going to be your cable ties, rubber grommets and screws and stuff like that, which you will need to make adjustments to the features in your case. So let me just open this up and show you what's inside here so you can see. So inside here you'll get all of your bits and pieces that come with the case as well, and your user manual will tell you exactly what these fixtures and fittings are for, so you can just read up on all of that information there. Let me just remove the screw from this little plate here on the top of the shroud, which I think is quite a nice little design. This is so you can get access to the front here where you'll have radiator support here, and this will allow you to drop the radiator in. The max gap here is 110 millimeters, and this allows you to put in your front radiator up to 360 millimeters. You can see here the plate can either be removed or added in if you're not going to use a front radiator. This is where your hard drive bay is. This is movable, you can move it backwards and forwards to allow a bit more space where your power supply will be, and I think this is a really nice design because a lot of cases are riveted down here. So I do like the way you can move this around as well, and this is where your power supply is going to be sitting here. It does have anti-vibration rubber in here as well, which is going to be stopping any of that vibration. Also lift it off the bottom a bit as well. So you can see plenty of good airflow through here with this mesh here, and this will be a nice added design to the case. On the top here we also have these 2 little plates here. These are modular PSU shroud covers. Again, you can mount fans on here as well. 120mm fans can be mounted on that location as well. Let me just show you here to remove them. Very simple and easy to do. This is for added airflow as well, or you can mount 2.5-inch SSDs or 120mm fans on these as well. It's entirely up to you whether you want to go ahead and add SSDs or fans to that location. You can see the back cutouts here. They don't have no rubber grommets on these, but they are big quiet openings here to allow cable management and easy access for cables, and you shouldn't have any issues running cables down the bottom here when using a full size motherboard in here. Moving up to the top inside the case here, this is where your radiator will be mounted. Just wanted to show you up here just so you can see exactly what it looks like. You can see up the top right we've got their front button assembly there all open. Up the top you can also mount a 240mm rad. You've got these lovely cutouts here for your cable management, nice big holes here to run all your cables. Again, CPU clearance here will be 176mm maximum. That's in case you want to put a big cooler in here, so you can use big coolers inside this case. And also you can see blacked out inside here. All of the mounting screws for the motherboard are already included inside here. They're mounted already. You can put in your cable management behind this removable 2-way cable management bar here. This can be removed as well, but this will hide some of the cabling and stuff like that, which I think is a really nice touch as well for this case. So this case supports either water cooling or air cooling, whatever you want to do. This case will be able to supply that for you. Again, at the rear of the case we do also have room for a 120mm fan here as well, which will be your exhaust fan. You can put that up here. The rear fan doesn't come included. You do get 3 front fans here, but you don't get a rear fan. Also moving down to the GPU support here, so for the length of your GPU will support up to 384mm, which is quite a large card, so you'll be able to put up to 384mm in here. Also it does support eATX with under 280mm, ATX, micro ATX and also ITX. Pretty much that's the motherboard support there for this case. Let's move on round to the glass area here. Just wanted to show you the glass area. It does have these little risers here which slot straight over to the hinges, and you'll be able to remove the glass door. Moving at the back here, you can see here this is the support for the fans. You can move up and down a little bit. You've got that IO shield edge here. All these edges are machined, so they're not sharp, they're nice and rounded, which also is a nice added feature here. You got your expansion slots down the bottom here, got 7 of those, bit more air cooling here, and also down the bottom where the PSU is, this is where it's going to be mounted down the bottom here. You can see there is a dust filter down here as well, which is removable, and it is covered with a little plastic shroud around the outside. I do like these ones better than just the cheaper mesh bits that you get, but it's removable filter. You can just wash this under the sink. Would be nice to see maybe a bit of that plastic round the top filter there, but it'd be, I suppose, a bit difficult to implement. But that may be in a future upgrade for this case. But that is the bottom filter. You can see here on there is just that magnetic part here. I think I've seen Be Quiet's case, they have got a bit of plastic around their top filter, which looks a little bit nicer. Moving on round to the opposite side of the case, we do have another tempered glass door here, which can be removed, and also we have these little panels here. Now these little panels are held in with thumb screws, and these will hide all of your fan hub and your fan cables and stuff like that. So you can just remove these and they will come out. So it does look a bit nicer. So you're going to have to pay attention to detail with your cable management and get them all hidden, and that way it will look nicer from the outside here. So you've also got a good edge around here where you can hide cables as well. But I think the whole idea of it is to get them behind these cable management panels so you can hide every cable. You've got a couple of SSD mounting areas here as well, which is nice as well to see. And moving on to the bottom, this is where your PSU is going to sit. It can sizes up to 210mm PSU support. And moving on over to the other side, which is another panel, we'll have all your cabling hidden inside here as well, which is a nice added feature, because remember you've got tempered glass on this side as well, so the cable management is going to have to be pretty much tip top to hide all of those cables, and that's what those panels are there for. Going down to the hard drive cage here, just remove this thumb screw, and it's a modular drive cage which allows you to move it up and down. I'll show you how that works. You can basically slide it and move it up and down to wherever you like. Let me just quickly move this over so you can see. There you go. You just move that to wherever you want. So you've got a bit more room there for your cabling and stuff like that. So I do like that. And again, if you was putting in your radiator there, a big long radiator, you will have to slide that to the other side. So just as a good little look there at the bottom, you can see we can mount some SSDs down the bottom here. And you can see the little screw holes there where you can move your hard drive cage along. Let's just take a quick look at the bottom here. You've got that little hole here to draw air up as well, and you've got these riser feet here with some anti-slip rubber on there as well, and that filter. So that's the bottom. Looking at the RGB here, again, I'm not going to spend too much time going through all the RGB. The fans are not spinning because it's not a built PC. I will be building in this case, as you'll see in up and coming videos. But you've got 8 modes as well for these, and also you've got your color changer at the top as well, which you can change as well, and also you can power that from the board and have all that changed by a piece of software as well if you wanted to do that, depending on which way you want to go about doing it. So what do you guys actually think of this case? I will be doing a full build in this case with an up and coming video, so stay tuned for that one. I think this is probably one of the best cases at this price point, in my personal opinion. It's got good airflow, good cooling, and also it looks absolutely amazing. It really does. And for 75 to 80 pounds, I think you can get yourself a really decent case. Lian Li has pulled out all of the stops on their Lancool 2 mesh RGB case. I'll leave all the links in the video description if you're interested in this case. Pretty decent case. If you're looking to build a PC anytime soon, then give this one a look, especially if you're looking for RGB and also looking for some sort of good airflow with a mesh front here. Then this case is probably going to come out one of the best on the market right now, especially at that sort of price point. Anyway, I think that's going to be about it for this video. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Bye for now. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the red subscribe button and then hit the bell notification button and click all to be notified when we upload new videos.